Hello, fellow Hyruliens. I am your guide, the Hyrule Historian, and welcome back to another session of the History of Hyrule Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Now, today is the day that we are going to be leaving Kokiri Forest. So, go ahead and take it all in, because today we will be heading through Hyrule Field, checking out Hyrule Castle Town, and making it through Hyrule Castle. And we have a lot of things to actually go over, since I have been actually over-analyzing quite a few things. And, as well, just like always, Navi is going to kind of repeat what I just said. So yes, we will be heading through Hyrule Castle. That is the main point for this session. And we will be also going over quite a lot of things, as I've just mentioned. Although, to move towards those, we also must say goodbye to a good friend, which is Saria, which she will be giving us the Fairy Ocarina within just a moment. And the thing is, Saria is actually one of my favorite Ocarina of Time characters. But it's time to actually say goodbye for now. Yes, Saria, we must leave. The Great Deku Tree told us to head north to Hyrule Castle. And if we don't, Navi will keep on reminding us. I knew that you would leave the forest someday, Link. Because you are different from me and my friends. But that's also what makes it a good friendship. You have to have some of those differences. But that's okay, because we will be friends forever, won't we? I want you to have this ocarina. Please take good care of it. And there it is, the Fairy Ocarina, that for whatever reason, Saria has been taking good care of it, since she is now giving it to Link. And I guess that was never really explained as why she has a Fairy Ocarina, which I don't think a lot of people may understand. This is that this ocarina is also magical because it is the Fairy Ocarina, but it's a momentum of Link and Saria's friendship. Now, the thing is, it also has magical properties, which I don't think a lot of people also understands this, but as you can see in the icon, and I will put a more clearer picture of this, but the ocarina also has a green gem. And looking through the different gems and items throughout The Legend of Zelda, I could only come up with 3 green gems that could have magical properties. And the first one is the Kokiri Emerald. Although there is no more emeralds seen throughout The Legend of Zelda. And so that also only leaves 2 other gems. You know, I will come back and visit one day, but it will still be a little while. It's always hard to say goodbye. But now we are here in Hyrule Field, and now we will be visited by our great owl friend, Kapora Kabora. But before anything else, okay, so we know it's at least midday at this moment, but get the Ocarina out, since there was the two other gems that we must keep in mind, and they are the Force gems from Four Swords and Four Swords Adventure, and the Common Rupee. Now, a lot of people would think the Common Rupee is just the currency, but funny thing is, the rupee is much more powerful than other people think, since it also allows the great fairies in a few games to actually get their powers, and also the rupee is also known for a few other magical items within the Zelda series that throughout the different eras that it just makes whatever item more magic. So that's like another way to somewhat enchant an item. So really the only items that I could see that is part of the Fairy Ocarina is a common green rupee or a force gem of some sort, since the Ocarina still has that magical power to it. But we knew that this day would come. And there he is. Our favorite owl, also known as Kapora Kabora. At this point, a lot of people just skips this since it's just common kind of what he says, and part of it is a basic tutorial. But he's pretty much telling Link about it is time for him to start his journey, and he must also accept his fate to go north to meet Princess Zelda at Hyrule Castle. You will meet a princess there. Her name will be Zelda. Now here's something else that I question, since he's one of the first ones that talks about the map, besides the Great Deku Tree telling Link to go north, and that is that did Kapora Kabora really give Link the map, or did Link already have the map within his house to begin with? And now at this point, yes, it is pretty much showing you about how to use the map and what sections to go next for Link's quest. Did you get that? Yes, I did understand that. Hoot, 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 hoot. What a giant owl you are. Technically, he's not much of an owl, besides that is just somewhat of the form he takes. Now, within this first part of the session, I wish to actually go over three main things. And one is how the time works in this game, since, well, time pretty much goes pretty fast. As you can already see, it's evening, and we've only spent a short time outside of the Lost Woods talking to Kapora Kabora. But normally it would take around 6 hours for Link to make it to Hyrule, the Hyrule Castle Gate. But now we have to see about the Style Children, or Style Child. So at this point, it looks like Navi even doesn't have much information. Although they do burst in green flames and have some type of other green stuff coming out of them. And just to say that you will, once after defeating so many of these, a more giant one will appear. There we go. The big guy himself. Now, once again, Navi doesn't really have much to say. And calls the bigger one the same thing. The only difference is I think they're the ones that do drop the blue rupees, which is right there. But yeah, it is now a new day, and before entering Hyrule Castle Town, there were the few things I wanted to talk about. And so now it is dawn of a new day in Hyrule, and it's time to answer the 3 questions that I mentioned before. 1. How does time work in Ocarina of Time, and comparing it to real life? And as you can already see, time moves pretty fast. I'm guessing it's already around 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, time moves pretty fast in Hyrule. The second question is, how big is Hyrule Field exactly during this era? Because as you can kind of see, it's still pretty big. Not as big as some of the other ones, but as the description does say, it is as far as the eye can see. And I can almost see the other side of Hyrule Field, although, it's faint. And the third question is, how fast is Link? Now, honestly, I would say Link is pretty fast. Although, is this pretty much what it looks like? Is Link actually slower than... Is he slower than how he seems? But to answer the question about time, that is pretty simple, since it is about 4 minutes, which would be 24 hours. It is about 2 minutes and 40 seconds, which is 12 hours, which is the day cycle. And it is about 2 minutes and 20 seconds, which is the night cycle. Now that means 1 minute and 20 seconds is 6 hours, which would be right around 12 o'clock. And as you can already see, it's probably about 3 o'clock and soon to be evening. And that means around every 40 seconds is 3 hours. And so that also means every 13 seconds is 1 hour. Now that 13 seconds is key, since that's how we can tell how fast Link runs within this game. Now from this mountainside over here back to Lon Lon Ranch, there would be a fence here while Link is an adult. And after measuring adult Link's width and comparing it to the fence section and doing some math, trying to figure out the distance, from this point it actually equals 0.1 miles. And that's kind of strange, since it doesn't really match up. Although you have to keep in mind that Nintendo wanted to make this the hub area, and it's so nice that you guys have come here to listen to me talk about math and distance, but it's kind of getting in the way. So I'm actually figuring out what does the 0.1 mile actually mean? What is it exactly? So that actually leads me to this chart which I've made, which the red line shows the original area where I measured. Then I did it from north to south and east to west, and then I used it along the roads to see how long the roads and stuff would be. Hello, big guy. Thank you. But yeah, after measuring all of it, I ended up going to see, checking out how fast Link could actually be. And this led to Google and a few friends telling me that an average young adult can run 1 mile within 6 to 10 minutes or 8 to 12 minutes. Now, just for an example, I used 8 minutes. And also I see our friend waiting for us at Lake Hylia, which we will not worry about at the moment. But, ooh, we better start moving too, since that guy. But as I was getting to, 1 mile for 8 minutes, that means 7 miles in 1 hour. That means 7 miles within 13 seconds. That would be 84 miles going from east to west. That guy is just waiting for us, apparently. So, that didn't really match up with the chart that I made. And, well, I was trying to see an actual number that would fit. And so I kind of came up with the 15 minutes equals 1 mile, which would be around the magic number that I was looking for. So 4 miles would equal within 1 hour, and that means it would equal to be 48 miles. What do we have here? A pea-hat lava? What? I don't know if I don't think I'm saying that correctly. A pea-hat larva. Okay then. Easy to take care of, I guess. But, yeah, so the magic number was about 15 minutes for 1 mile. So that meant 4 miles within 1 hour. 48 miles from east to west. That kind of fit. And they keep on coming. And that also almost matches up with what it would be from north to south for the chart as well. So, for what I'm getting to is from east to west for Hyrule Field is around 48 miles. And about 24 miles for north to south. But before I end this part, I think it's time to talk to our friend, which has once again moved. So, and the thing is, it's actually starting to turn daytime, so we should be able to go to Hyrule Castle Town very soon. And so, okay, so at this point he's just telling us the directions. So to the south of us, where he was waiting once, was Lake Hylia. And to the west is Gerudo Valley. So, yeah. Also, I have this other chart, which I was kind of just using for the north, south, east, and west part of Hyrule Field, as it is in other games. or within the other eras. But yeah, right now he's just telling us directions, since apparently he believes that we are lost. Now, Kabora is actually a pretty big bird. I mean, if you look from here, his wingspan, yeah, it actually fits. I mean, like, it's really, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, because it just shows you how big of a bird he is. But also, I would say that he is probably one of the first Rito within this series, which we probably really didn't know what a Rito was back in this era. But yeah, so as you would see, I believe Link would run 1 mile within about 15 minutes, give or take, with these hills. But our next stop is going to be within Hyrule Castle Town, which should actually just probably take us half a day. I'll see you once we get there.